How's it going, everybody? Hope you're all doing well. Of course, it's raining on us, but it is what it is. Everything's waterproof here, so we're gonna send it anyways. I'm gonna talk about things that I am on the fence about in my bug out bag or in my get home bag. I have several items laid out that I just don't take with me anymore, but I'm very tempted to put in this bag. And I always have been for the last several years. And we're gonna discuss kind of the philosophy around it. Now, this is just my premise and my opinion, of course. And if you have opinions on it and maybe you carry some of these items, that's fine. I'm not concerned that you're, bringing some of these items along because it best fits your need. Now, the first item on my list is silver. I do not bring silver with me anymore whatsoever. In that worst case scenario, like what if the cash was, not being accepted at grocery stores and stuff like that? I'm traversing through with my bag and things. I don't get caught up on that too much because I think each one of these is about $20, right? An ounce of silver right now roughly is 20, 30, roughly around there. $20 bill is way easier to carry on hand than say these. Now I understand silver is more universal, I guess you could say, in being accepted, but at the same time, who isn't going to accept a $20 bill in the initial phase of say what this bag is designed for? Bug out, get home bag, stuff like that. In that initial first week, even if it's like an EMP and the worst case scenario occurred, it's very unlikely that locations are gonna stop taking cash because most people are gonna think, oh, it's just gonna be fine. In 2 or 3 weeks, we're gonna be back to normal. They're still gonna accept cash. Cash is way lighter than silver too. So I just don't bring silver. I do bring some gold though, but in the 10th ounce realm, right? Way more price comparative, right? A 10th ounce is, I don't know, how much does gold go for these days? Probably $2,000 an ounce. So yeah, in that essence, it's way more economical to bring maybe like a ½ ounce in 10th ounce gold coins, right? So now you're only 0.5 instead of 5 or 10 ounces worth of silver. 10 ounces or 5 ounces adds up very quickly in your bag. Next is an air mattress. I do not bring one of these with me. And it's okay if you do, it's just I'm gonna bring the reasons that I don't. Mainly because of 2 reasons. Puncturing is one of them, as in rocks, sticks, stuff like this. If you're gonna use this, you're gonna blow this up, right? And you're gonna lay on it, it could get punctured and damaged. So I do not use an air mattress. Now they do work in colder climates very well. Still other methods are available. Now, also the speed of this, setting this up and tearing it back down is kind of a pain because you're gonna roll this thing out and then you're just gonna sit here and just, right? However long that's gonna take. That's also gonna have auditory, right? You're gonna be able to hear that from a distance. It's gonna create sound. And then in the middle of the night, if you need to tear down camp really fast and leave, if someone's coming upon you, you're gonna have to roll this thing and it's gonna be spewing air all over the place and you can't immediately stuff it into a bag, right? I just do not like the limitations of this for specific emergency situations, in my opinion. Now, camping, of course, bring this along with you. This is nice, it's comfortable. You're not worried about someone coming into your camp. I'm talking about get home bag, bug out bag, rifleman kit, stuff like that. This is not gonna go with me for those reasons. Now, what I do recommend is a Thermarest Z-Lite. They're the accordion style. Literally, you can open it and put it away in like literally 2 seconds. They're super nice. I enjoy them. That's what I particularly always use. So I don't bring an air mattress with me whatsoever. Camping, of course, it'll come with me just depending on what I'm doing. It's kind of nice. Next, in my bug out bag or the get home bag, I do not bring a stove and propane. Some people may do this, and that's fine if you do. Again, this is just me talking about stuff. Maybe just get your mind thinking. Just because I say I don't put it in there doesn't mean you don't have to. But I find this as a consumable, is once this is gone, it's gone. What's the purpose of this? Sure, I can ditch that. But I don't believe that the weight is often used. I am not involved in making fire. If I am moving from point A to point B, I have all the food in here that honestly does not require hot food whatsoever. I am moving from point A to point B. I'm not burdening myself. Even with this is excess weight that can be removed, in my opinion. I don't need this. I'm okay with cold food. I've done it in the military so much that it's just okay, especially if it's that bad of a scenario. I don't need it. Now, could you make a fire if you really need to? Of course, I have provision to make fire, but I'm not gonna do that because it's gonna give my position away through maybe night vision or thermal, because I'm going worst case scenario. And I carry those things, so if I carry it, maybe someone else does. Sure, you don't have to be as paranoid as I do. Bring it along with you if you want it, but it is excess weight that I don't like to bring along because I don't feel it has a need. Next, that kind of goes along with that, right, is a little tiny titanium stove. This is a Twig stove. I use this thing a lot. I actually really love this thing. This thing is awesome, and I am very passionate about bringing it with me. And this thing has been in and out of my bug out bag for like the last decade, like so many times, because I'm like, I'm gonna put it in there, and then I look how much it weighs. I'm like, I don't really need it because I'm not gonna be using hot food or fire. I'm not gonna really need it. And if I do, then I can just use normal other stuff, right? It's cool, and I do use it on camping trips or me like backpacking or hiking, because I can use material around me, so I'm not isolated to just, you know, propane. Now I can use other resources. But the weight wise, again, me not needing certain types of food, I don't need this, so I ditch it, even though it's super cool and I really like this. I do recommend having one for camping or something like that. They're pretty cool to use. Next, playing cards. You see this quite a bit, actually. I see playing cards all the time in kits and bags and stuff like that. And yes, for maybe you are a person that needs to keep busy in something. To me, not so much. This bag is designed from point A to point B. I am not hanging out, even if I'm with my family, playing or stuff. Now, I get it, psychological effects and stuff like this. In our main kit, our large bug out kit, not our individual kits, I do have playing cards, right? But that's in a vehicle realm. I can take the weight, because this is pretty heavy. Now, you can get playing cards that have like survival techniques and tips and stuff and plants and all kinds of stuff, which I think are kind of cool. Reference material. Yeah, I don't really do that. Kind of getting into that. I don't have an example here, but reference material like a survival book, I don't bring that along. I don't. Some people do, and that's fine if you need to or you want to. Maybe you're for your wife, you put a survival book in there, right? If she's alone, she can read through this thing and figure it out. Probably not the best time to train, but I get it. We're not all perfect, or nobody is, in being like, well, I'm going to learn how to survive in the woods, and just on the off chance of 0.0001% of it happening, just put a guide in there and send it, right? Makes sense. But for my practice and my skill level, I don't find myself needing that. Now, in different environments, could change, but I know my environment very well, where I'm around me, where I frequent, so I don't feel the need of needing reference material with me. It's excess weight. There's an argument to be made with that, though. So if you have one, cool, keep going with it. Lastly, dedicated rain gear, which is funny enough is because it's literally raining on me right now, but as in top and bottom rain. Pants and top, right, in essence. Because I have a poncho and it's literally right here. I've been using it and it's starting to pick up, but it's not too bad for me to bring it out just yet. But the poncho works very well in multi-role, and I am always on the fence about bringing this. Like today, I would consider it, like, man, I kind of wish I had pants and a top because it would be nice. And it's one of those things that if you don't need it now, you're not going to bring it. But if you do need it, like a day like today, then you're going to be like, man, I really wish I had that. So this goes into like what I would consider is a supplemental kit. But I do not carry this in my bag. Now, some of you may say, that's really stupid. Could be. I just find myself using the poncho is more effective than bringing the poncho and this, because this is another like 2 pounds. Right, so I just took out, with all the stuff I just discussed, probably 3.5, maybe 4 pounds worth of weight just gone. Cool. Now my pack is 4 pounds lighter because I made do with other things, right? Or just didn't bring them. Arguments, things to be said, right? And I'm not saying all these items you shouldn't bring, right? Just think outside the box. Think about philosophy. For me, I don't bring these things for personal reasons based upon my environment. Again, if you like them, go ahead and bring them. Just think about it. Is there other ways that other gear can help you or cover down so you can get your pack weight lighter? That's the premise of this. Now there's a bunch of other items too. It's just I had these on hand. I grabbed them. I figured what the heck, let's talk about it. If this video does really good, and if you want to see more, then I'll bring more items out that I don't recommend to put in my bag for me. Again, you can do whatever you like because it's your bag, right? You have your own needs. So yeah, that's all I have about this. Just those are the several items, right, that I just don't bring with me just because of the reasons we discussed. If you guys like this kind of stuff, want to see more, definitely like, subscribe, greatly appreciate it. We have PayPal, Patreon, that kind of stuff. If you want to see behind the scenes, PayPal or Patreon is the way to do it because I release everything there before YouTube ever sees anything. And they even see exclusive content that YouTube will never see. So if you're into that kind of stuff, then take a look at the links in the description box below. Yeah, other than that, there's the items I don't take with me, and hope you all have a great day.